All right, so this is the Iron Giant in Multiversus. His light attack is, his light forward attack is this combo attack with the car. And if you do this in the air, it's like a forward kick thing that uses fuel. And you want to keep your fuel because Iron Giant, instead of jumping normally, instead of having a double jump, he uses fuel. So not only does it use fuel to do some of his aerial attacks, it's also for his recovery. So I suggest being aware of that. His neutral attack is called Metal Eater, and it has a chance to drop metal. Yeah, see, I dropped a piece of metal there. So most of his attacks end up making him drop metal, and you can eat that to get bolts. But if you do his neutral standing attack in the air, you get this move, which is like sort of a like get off me tool. It's not really the greatest for hitting people on the ground, but it's more for like for hitting people that are in the air. His up light attack is a metal throw. Now this seems like a really good projectile because you can not only hit the opponents, but you can also eat the metal that is taken off the ground and use that as bolts. You can charge it to make it go higher. Overall, it seems like it'd be pretty hard to aim, but if you're like really far from your opponents, you can throw it pretty far. And if you do this in the air, you get the Iron Superman Fist. His down light attack places a metal plant. So if your ally picks this up, he'll get a Thorns buff, which I believe makes it to where if the opponent hits that person with a Thorns buff, they take damage. And if the Iron Giant picks this up, he'll get 1 bolt. Not only that, but it also does damage on people nearby. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's there if you need it. And if you do this move in the air, he'll do a move called Blast Radius. And Blast Radius basically lights the entire floor with fire, and it lights them on fire on hit. His neutral special activates his bolt armor. It makes you immune to armor break moves basically. And not only that, but it'll give your teammates gray health. Oh yeah, you see that? Okay, so it's temporary health. So it gave him, see right now it's giving him 7 gray health, and if I get closer, yeah, so it gives him 7 on default with 5 bolts, and if you go touch him, it'll give him even more gray health and thorns, which makes it so where if someone hits them, they take damage. So that's actually a really good move on 2v2s. You don't even have to be near your opponent to give them health basically. All right, now Iron Giant's side special is a grab, and he can hold you for a pretty long time. Yeah, it seems they cannot tech out of that at all. You can hold them for like a good 3 seconds before they're dropped out, but while you're grabbing them, you can move them around and you get a free attack basically. Now I can already see the crazy combo potential with this because I feel like you could do like something like armor break. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do after grabbing with his side special. If you do his side special in the air, he gets like a shoulder bash charge. And you can even charge this up, or not even charge it. You can just keep it going as long as you have fuel. You can just keep that going the whole time. And okay, moving on to his up special. His up special is the swinging car move. It seems he can like tilt this up and down. So if you just do his up special and leave it alone, he'll do it horizontally. But then if you aim, like if you press down on the stick, you can aim it down and you can aim it up, which seems pretty cool. And then if you do his up special in the air, it's the same thing, but he just flies. Oh, he can't really aim it in the air. He has to keep it horizontal. Okay, now finally Iron Giant's down special. You can use the thumbstick to aim his landing point, but you don't have to commit to this. You can even dash out of it before even starting it, or you could just let it go, and if you don't touch anything, that's exactly where he'll land. But not only can you cancel out of it, you can also control it while in midair, which is really nice for like, so you can choose to commit. You can even go backwards a little bit. So this move seems really strong, because from what it looks like you can't really, once he's in the air, like he's gonna hit you. I don't think you can like jab him out of that, at least from what I can tell. But even when you're in midair, you can also dash out of it, so you never have to commit. So this probably seems like his strongest move. All right, and finally Iron Giant has a rage meter. So I don't know how exactly it fills up. I guess it's when they're hitting you and when you're hitting them, but that orange bar underneath him, that will fill up. So once it fully fills up, you get an option that says protect friends, kind of like how Velma has the police car. But once you protect friends, you get access to basically a whole new move set, which is his like rage mode from the movie. I never seen the movie, so I'm just assuming. Okay, so Iron Giant's neutral light attack is a kick that he can charge up. Most of these moves, most of the move sets that change are the ones where he's standing on the ground. Iron Giant's forward attack is these 3 missiles that shoot out. His up neutral, or his up light attack, shoots 3 missiles out that track, and all these moves have their own cooldowns too, by the way. Rage mode doesn't really last that very long in general, so you don't really have much time to even wait for cooldowns. So I recommend just kind of like shooting all these moves once. Iron Giant's rage down attack charges a foot, and the more you charge it, the more sparks will go in front of him. And if he uses his armor while in rage mode, he actually has a more powerful like charge, and his forward attack is that green orb you see there. That will actually, if the opponent runs into that, it'll actually lock them into that green orb looking thing. If he does his up special while in rage mode, he'll send an electric charge up his body that has a very small cooldown. And finally, his down special while in rage mode, he fires a laser that kind of goes a few feet in front of him. So overall, the Iron Giant is a very strong 2v2s character, and I think he has a lot of potential when it comes to having a lot of hit stun and a lot of damage overall. I feel like half of his moves take like 30 seconds for him to finish hitting you, and that gives your teammate plenty of time to hop in and continue comboing the people you're hitting. Also, another thing that I feel like is optimal to do after a grab, I feel like doing an up special and then flying upwards to keep them. Another tip is having his perk with the fire. I feel like that's his best perk because his fire is what really racks up their damage. And overall, like, the main thing of being good with Iron Giant is knowing when to use your armor. If you're getting comboed and you're both of the, if you're playing 2v2s and both of the enemies are like hitting you back and forth and you're kind of stuck and you have your armor ready, literally just use your armor and that will just knock away everyone around you and give you a breathing chance. And you can combo after that, because once you're in that armored state, you can't really get hit by anything. So that's really all I have for now for the Iron Giant guide. He is brand new, so there is probably a lot of stuff I missed, but I think this character is overall really simple, but also really hard to master. If you want more, subscribe, join the steady gang. I'll be posting more guides, gameplay. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.